Welcome to Scotland. And this is our route over Scotland on Christmas holidays. First you come to Inverness, and then to the Dunedin Castle, which is located on the north of Inverness. Dunedin Castle is very beautiful. The family Sutherland had this castle. In Dunedin, host life. And then you return to Inverness, and the next day you will go to Cowdray Castle, which is situated on the east. Then you return to Inverness. In Inverness you can eat haggis in cafe. And then next day you will fly to Dundee, and then you go to Glamis Castle by bus, where the mothers of Queen Elizabeth II was born. Then you return to Dundee. The next day you will fly to Edinburgh, to capital of Scotland, and go to the Edinburgh Castle. This castle has a lot of costs. After some rest you go to Stirling Castle. It is the symbol of national spirit of Scotland. The castle of Stirling is over the city of Stirling. A beautiful lady in pink silk dress often visited. Some people say that is Maria Shotlandskaya, who was carved in an old chapel of the castle in 1543. Others think that this woman looks for the husband who was killed during the capture of the castle by Edward I in 34. Also, the lady in grey was noticed. It is considered that she was Maria Stuart, seventh and served her life during the fire. Unfortunately, the lady in grey always forfeits danger to the castle. Near Stirling, there is Lindenbos Palace. Here, the Queen Maria Shotlandskaya was born in 1542. Maria Tudor host often visit this castle. It looked for the husband James IV, who battled with his stepbrother Henry VIII. James died in the battle, and Margaret waited for him in grief, but no long. Soon they married the enemy of her husband, the Count of Douglas. Probably she regrets for this, and maybe that why she appears in Lindenborough Palace, where she has been still waiting for him. However, the history of the castle carried, as always, back in the past, when it was the place of hunting of the Scottish King Magnus. The Loch Guy's house on his inhabits. Lady Janet Glamis was accused with witchcraft by King James V and was burned in Edinburgh in 1537.
There's a lot more to Stirling than its magnificent old castle. Town centre, the winding road leads on to Broad Street, at one time the hub of old Stirling. This was the site of the old toy mill and the Market Cross. At the top of the street in Castle White is Mar's Walk, a 16th century Renaissance-style townhouse. The Earls of Mar, who had this built, were the hereditary keepers of the castle. The building was damaged by cannon fire during the Jacobite Rebellion. Castle White leads to the Esplanade at the top of Castle Crag. This impregnable fortress was originally built to defend the only safe crossing of the River Oar. The crag itself was formed during the last ice age. The views from here across the town to the Wallace Monument sitting in Abbey Crag and the Ochil Hills beyond are magnificent. The castle has been attacked many times in its long and bloody history. The crag that the castle stands on gives it defence on three sides. Its weakness is its point of approach. The first gate brings us to the forework, and to the right is the French Square. This is now an excellent cafe. The next gate brings us to the main part of the castle, with a whitewashed great hall to the left. Ahead is the Master Gunner's house, with a kitchen below. We called in to have a look at the kitchen. The entrance to the north gate is here. This is thought to be the oldest part of the castle. The north gate brings us to the blast-proof powder magazines and the nether bailey. From here there's a wonderful view of the main part of the castle, with the great hall sitting above the north curtain wall. Much of the interior of the castle dates back to the 15th and 16th century. We headed back towards the inner courtyard for a look around. The Great Hall was built in the early 16th century for state occasions. It's quite impressive. We wandered aimlessly about the castle and through the vaulted lower level of the Great Hall. We thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. A battery of guns are lined up along the east-facing wall. We called into the cafe for something to eat. It was very enjoyable. We also enjoyed a trip to the castle. The Church of the Holy Rood stands in a magnificent location just below the castle. The rugged lump of rock overlooking the graveyard is Ladies' Rock, a vantage point for the ladies of the court to watch the tournaments in the valley below. Sir Giles Lodgings, a wonderful 17th century townhouse. We headed back down to Castle Wynd in St John Street, past the old town jail, and back in towards the town centre. No trip to Scotland is complete without a visit to Stirling. Stirling is Scotland's newest city, yet the wonderful cobbled streets of its old town are steeped in history. And the old town is crowned by its magnificent castle. Nowhere else in the country is Scotland's heritage better preserved.
According to witnesses, her host arises from its grave and wanders around the district. You can see a host over a clock tower, in a chapel, and other places. Also, the small boy servant who was frozen to death, a vampire girl, and a woman without tongue. By the most tremendous place in the castle is the non-scent room. Windows for the room are clearly visible outside, but nobody can find an entrance to it. They saw the Glamis played card here with his friend and didn't want to interrupt the game. Then the clock struck 12. Then the person entered the room and in black clothes and joined the game. Then the servant entered the room. He saw the owner who was playing card with the devil, and room which was embraced and enveloped in flames. The room was bricked up, but the sound of the people who are playing cards have been heard by this day. The Cawdor Castle is a fantastic, romantic castle, connected with the work Lady Macbeth by Shakespeare. There were 3 hosts, a fantastic creature dressed in blue velvet, and host of John Campbell of Cawdor, and also a lady without hands. It is concentrated that she was the youngest of the Count Cawdor. She was in love with the man who did not love her father. The Count Cawdor hopped off her hand so that she never could caress her beloved. Dunvegan Castle is one of the most beautiful castles in Europe. It is the castle of Count and later of Dukes of Sutherland. The top floors of the castle are often visited by hosts and the dungeon of the Count Sutherland 19, who the father closed up in the castle to separate her from her beloved, who was plebeian. The girl tried to run away but couldn't go down on a rope and was killed. Her host appearance on the top floor of the castle.
Now I want to tell you about haggis. Haggis is a famous Scottish food. eat haggis on the 25th of January, on the birthday of Robert Burns. Burns wrote a poem, a word to haggis, others to haggis, others to haggis. Fair and full is your honest, jolly face, grand chieftain of the sausage race. About them all you take your place, stomach trip or on interests. A lot of people, a lot of Scottish people believe that haggis means hugging, cut. You can cook haggis. This recipe. Druids. These mythological creatures are in all sacred countries in America. They are spirits who live in the trees. They have no sex. Well, people usually use she or her. Speaking about them, they are open for communication, but Caprians. They are active all year round. The voices of this fairy come from beautiful music, which is social with rituals and traditions of the druids. The garbage. This fairy is feminine, which shall not be confused with some god of the pigs with the same name. She has grown the appearance, but the heart of God. Her skirt is green. So it is made from silk. She likes to contact with people. She is a protector of domestic animals. First of all, of livestock. She likes fire. In the Scottish folklore, she appears at the doorstep of the houses of mountains and asks to allow her to warm up. If people permit her to come, she helps with the cattle. But if not, it makes trouble and strikes animals. Kelpies. These fairy live in water, many if in the lakes of Scotland. They are rarely seen. Their body has a spear of the bump with big teeth and sharp ears. They are divorced, stupid, and have very bad temper. They are cannibals who eat deer of the fairy and evil people who come too close to their home. They can turn into a fantastic sea house and to seduce a person to ride them, and then to drown him in the waves. They can turn into our young men to attack women. The only thing that they can't change is their hair, which